Hello and welcome to Mostly Off Topic. We are playing The One Ring. This is episode 5, if I was right, and episode 4 was the last one. I'm joined by the usual players, and who should know the order through which they're going to introduce themselves now, and we're going to find out.
Hello, I'm Gabe. I play Gert Gantry, man about Bree.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Esteldor, Ranger of the North.
Intimidator for hire.
I am Barnak, the Dwarf of Erebor, if I remember correctly, the next person in that order.
That is absolutely spot on.
Hello, I am Matt. I play Arthaniel, and I am also a Ranger of the North.
Gatherer of supplies.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Alessandro. I'm playing Gudrun. That was just a girl, exuberant girl at the beginning of this session. Now is a lady protected by Thomas, a young guy of Bree.
And I play everybody else. But mostly I've been playing Thomas, who is a confused, inflated, but earnest protector of the good lady Gudrun. Companion on a mission to find a lynxy leopard. But there we go. So what we found here, I think, is that even in Middle Earth, if you give teenage boys lynx, they think they're men. But that's possibly, I don't know, just it's lynx. That might not translate to Africa, but sorry, it might not translate to America. What? So there's a deodorant that like teenage boys have called Lynx, which there's an American name for it.
So we have something
Axe.
similar called Axe body spray. Yes,
That's right. Okay, I'll edit that bit out because it's a really cheap gag. But anyway,
absolutely smells rank.
that's right.
But
That is exactly right.
just
Yeah. So there's a gag there, isn't there? So we've got the whole Lynx thing going on, but it also could be and my axe.
and you have my.
And my links.
Oh, that's true.
But there we yes, that's absolutely right. There's going to be like some lynx just off hunting like Arctic hares, and then you guys boom bang wear its skin as a pelt, wear its pelt as a trophy or something. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. So last episode, last episode.
I don't remember what happened last time.
It's hard, isn't it? You Barnak counterfeited the map pretty perfectly. You had various kind of following various individuals around town, built up a picture that Graw the Dwarf is the puppet master of some of the ruffians of Bree. Calm yourself, Gert. There are ruffians in Bree, despite your assurances otherwise. You ate the Gandry household out of all of the food, and convinced Thomas that the life of adventure was the life for him, and that the first step was to return the counterfeit map to his father as publicly as possible, such that Graw would think that this was an advantage for him to obtain the map. Head south instead of east and free yourselves from the likelihood of him tracking you down. The aim is that you guys will head off anyway, and Arthaniel will keep eyes on in Bree and join you as and when is necessary. So, Arthaniel's headed off to obtain supplies. Thomas has returned the map and cut ties with his father. And is ready to become an adventurer. News of that has spread through Bree, and the town is afire with the way that the Rangers of the North have cuckolded or convinced true son of Bree to join their nefarious ways. That's how it's been spun.
What's no?
We don't kidnap Bree children.
No, we don't.
Yeah, for the record. That's the record show. So I guess the question that I have from both a lawmaster and also story position is what route do you wish to take for your upcoming journey?
I think we decided to take the east road, but to go around rather than straight through the marsh. Correct?
Yeah, was it towards? Yeah, it was. Yeah, towards Weathertop. Why wasn't it? Because you didn't want to go near the woods, did you? Because that's where your wife is.
That's right.
Although we could do, I suppose. We could tell her that we've got all of a sausage.
Should we, now that we have
Just wanted to
The-
stop by and let you know there's no food in the house.
so now that the attention of Bree is upon us, should we also make up a new quest that we're going on more so than going to see a lynx?
Oh yeah.
Like we're going
could-
to.
Should we announce it in the
Say
pub
we're
again?
going to Weathertop or
Yes.
We're not
Look,
going to see
Ma-
a lynx. But I thought
Well, we
were
are,
gonna
but-
see a lynx.
Yeah, we will.
Yes.
Good run. Do you think you should? Well, you could. Do you think you could? You could announce to the pony that we're gonna aid you in your quest to deliver that package
Sure. I
as a
do.
distraction.
We are going to go to the Weathertop and the Weather Hills to hunt for the hunt of the lynx.
Oh, we are going for a lynx. Oh, excellent.
Yes.
What? How does one hunt a lynx?
What?
How do you hunt a lynx? What do you have to do?
Oh, it is very difficult. It's a difficult quest because the lynx is almost invisible.
It can turn invisible.
Environment. Yes, and it's invisible monster.
Oh.
Oh, only the knight with the pure heart might see it.
Oh.
I feel like we picked up some baloney in our.
No, we're out of that.
Well. Any case, we're going to be leaving Bree. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I, if we're still walking away from, if we're still not outside walking away from Thomas's house, can I just like walk near to Gert, but not look at him, but just like whisper to him, how should we arm the boy? I have no spare weapons. Do you know anywhere we could get something for him?
Maybe a knife.
Yes, I think we can give him a knife, short sword, or something that with it. Maybe
Well,
something with a blunt edge.
Could be a blunt edge. I was going to
know-
offer. I do carry a spear, which I'm quite useless with because, to be honest, I have about as much combat experience as young Thomas does. So it's not really. It doesn't matter who wields it.
That's good because which of the rangers uses a spear? Yeah, Arthaniel. So he can kind of stand next to you and you can show him some
I
spearmanship.
was also thinking that we can put the beginners in a forward position, utilize the latest strategy of a certain, just a military tactic.
Yep.
About. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. It's just me thinking out loud because I'm not there. So please disregard what I said.
Okay. So
Chad is very worried that we're cutting the Reeve out of this adventure. So, just FYI.
Yeah.
Maybe we just make a point of saying to the Reeve that the Rangers are leaving, just to give him some something positive to think about.
That's a great idea.
Okay, so you
Roll.
go on.
Yeah, no, yes, rolls.
Yep.
I think Gudrun, the only role that Gudrun could play is Hunter.
I think Barnak has committed the map to memory, right?
Sort of, yeah. Well, if we are also... So, Gudrun, you said you needed to deliver a package to the Shire, which is the opposite way that we're going. So if we follow that story, then we'd have to kind of leave westward and then kind of loop around. But that would be inefficient, I think. Are we willing? Do we need to make such a ruse as to add extra, God knows how many days to our journey?
Yeah, I don't know.
Aren't you saying that you're going to go on a quest to the mountains to find this mystical, magical lynx?
Yeah, then we're going to the on a lynx hunting journey to Weathertop.
And then we'll be back to help Gudrun deliver her
So that's the
Shire message.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way we're not adding like 4 or 5 days to our travel just to fool some really nosy Breelanders.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys kind of head back. We'll sort travel rolls and such like out. Arthaniel, what's your plan in Bree? Then you've separated yourself off. You headed down from the house. You weren't there when Thomas stood up to his father.
Yeah, so I'll make myself look busy around the house, sort of like we have agreed, pick up a little bit of supplies. Maybe the guys didn't have any extra weapons for Thomas, so maybe I'll see if a local merchant has a little short sword or something, I can pick up for him. Just to sort of blend in the Bree. I appreciate that's probably difficult for me, but nonetheless, I'll give it a go, and then I guess the plan is to follow the tailors or the tailoring party, not to mix it with the people that make clothes. Is the followers, right? So,
Okay. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just hang around and sort of wait.
Yeah. Okay. So you're kind of like hanging around. I think you probably would naturally try to keep the dwarf house.
Yeah.
Inside,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because I know that my understanding is Gror will also follow with the tall Breelander.
Quite possibly.
So, yeah.
But you see entering the dwarf house a tall Breelander, quite a thick beard, familial resemblance to the one that was talking to Gror beforehand. He kind of comes in probably easily in the first 10 or 15 minutes of you kind of like settling down, having picked up the odd supplies.
Yeah.
Spends not much more than 20 minutes in there, and then kind of heads out, and then after another while comes back with his brother and 2 or 3 others, not as well built, but have the same eager or slightly kind of sly look about them. You've seen people like this. They're around and about. They're the local hired ruffians, essentially. One of them kind of like stands outside, and the rest kind of like gather inside. So the rest of you guys need to choose roles for your journey. You're going to gather the various supplies. Are you heading down to the pony to kind of announce what you're doing before you depart?
I think so.
No. Okay. Well, I don't think so. We don't need.
I think Gert
Yeah, I was
will.
just thinking, adding to our narrative that we are abandoning the quest to find the map. We're going lynx hunting, and that's kind of the story that we're putting out in the collective conscious of Breland. Was my thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Gert can pop in and just kind of mention it to Butterbur.
Yeah. Okay. You getting the usual crew are in there, including the Reeve. Well, I'm very pleased that I've commissioned this hunt for a lynx. Ferocious creatures they are. I once saw one, you know.
Oh,
That's right. It was in fact out in the Weather Mountains when I was a young man. I've often said it would be good for Bree if we had the lynx as our motto, you know, our creature, like our favoured creature that we could have on and about. Maybe we could have it as the hidden lynx instead of the prancing pony. But I'm very good that you're moving off and taking your rangers with you. So why don't you go?
just getting the road beers and
Oh, you're having beers, road beers.
On my
Right,
way.
okay. Freshly brewed those road beers. Do you need any marsh beer or any lynx hunting beer? We've got a special cask out back. Beer for every occasion. Okay, so you get your gear together and you head along the east road. So let's get some rolls.
Gert, you bring your pony.
oh yeah, Bert is laden with sausages.
Okay, and Gudrun, are you going mounted?
Yes, mounted with my horse,
Yep.
my mane. Nana is
Yeah.
this her name.
No. Okay. So, what roles are you going to take in terms of the journey? So I think Gudrun, you said hunter.
Yeah.
What are the roles do we need to have? What are the roles people taking up? You need to
Let the
have one
Rangers
guide.
choose their-
Yeah, lookout,
No.
hunter, scout.
Hmm.
Scout. What?
I mean, think out of me and Arthaniel, I've got proficiency in hunting, and I've got 3 dice to add to that as well. But what's the other roles that we need to do?
The scout.
So the scout.
We need a guide.
Guide. Yeah, we
Yeah.
need a guide. Which I think is travel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guide is travel, scout is explore, lookouts is awareness, hunters is hunting.
So for future reference, I would be the best lookout. But I could also scout, but lookout is the best for me once I join you.
Yeah, but Arthaniel's not currently with you
I
on the journey.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. If Gudrun wants to be the hunter, she can be.
You can have
I
more
can do
than
the
one
travel
of each.
role.
You can have more than
Yeah,
you've got to have a guide, and you can have multiple of the others.
Well, I can guide because I've
You get the
somewhat
map.
committed the place to mind, and I have 3 points in travel,
That makes sense.
so I'm
Yeah.
decent. I just always feel weird going to going up to like 2 rangers in the north and we're going that way.
Yes. The TN, by the way, not only the skill.
Okay. And Gudrun, what do you wish to be? Not Gudrun, sorry, Gert.
I mean, I've got 1 pip in awareness and explore, so take your pick. I can. You say. I think I'll help guide.
You can only
So-
have 1 guide.
Okay, 1 guide, and then anyone can do anything else, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Gert's more of an in-town kind of a guy. So I will add to the I guess scouting. Yeah, I'll scout.
Okay. And that's what Esteldor. So Esteldor, you're scout as well. Gudrun, you're hunter. Barnak, you're the guide. Gert, you're scout as well. Yeah. Okay. And the intention is to kind of like head along the east road, and then skirt around the edge of the marshes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like five hexes, give or take. Okay. Yep. So as soon as the company leaves, the guide makes a first marching test and counts the number of hexes along the journey path based on the outcome of the travel roll. So could you give me a travel roll, please, Barnak?
Certainly. It's tricky, so that's 7, 10. Oh, that is just 1 under my TN, so I have no clue where I'm going. Or I guess not a no clue, just yeah.
Would you be able to get a better roll because you've got the maps? Would that help, Paul? If you
Probably get a 1 point.
Well,
2 axes in spring with a
Yes.
failure.
yeah. So you're in spring and you're going along a road. So so it's not going to be the end of the world by any measure. And because you're following the east road, the map really doesn't add any great benefit. If you're out in the marshes or out in the kind of wilderness, I think I'd be more happy to say you could take that as a favoured role or what have you. But you're heading along the east road. So the east road is well travelled. It's probably it's 2 caravans wide, so you can have traffic coming forward and backwards. It's largely well maintained this close to Bree, paved as it is. The art of creating roads of this nature has been lost, so the maintenance is patching it up. It's raised up from the fields that are gathered around it. There are some wheat fields and some agrarian fields as you move out of Bree, but by and large Bree is largely an arable area as you're kind of moving towards the marshes. You can see the hill kind of moving off behind you and the thick woods that gather around that, and you're moving along. Reasonable amount of traffic coming and going. As you move further away from Bree, the traffic lessens and you can feel more of a sense of isolation. But it is a beautiful, crisp spring day. Gathered on the side, still some residual daffodils, some of the wildflowers starting to come through. And you can see off in the fields the workers and the sheep, the shepherds kind of gathering their flocks and whatnot. You know that you're going to be reaching the Forsaken Inn, not towards the end of your day. Do you want to stay at the Forsaken Inn, or do you want to kind of try to bypass it in some way? It's a dilapidated hive of scum and villainy that is the main inn in this place, known to the Rangers of the North as always being a troublesome area. I don't know whether Gudrun and Barnak kind of stayed there on their journey in. That's for you guys to call. but it's not a welcoming place, and its reputation is not a welcoming reputation.
I feel like if Gert ever comes this way and he's on his way home, he tries to time it so that he doesn't have to stop there.
I'd probably warn against it as well, if you want to keep your purse.
I think Gudrun stay there when she came from Dale, and probably she didn't like it.
Yeah, 'cause we probably didn't know to avoid it. Just thought, oh, a little beautiful inn, and probably Barnak got a few coins stolen.
Okay, so you decide not to stay at the inn, and you find yourselves a place that are cops off to the north side of the road. The light starts to fade and the temperature starts to drop, and you make camp. Esteldor establishes that the area is safe. There's no spores of monstrous lynx, goblins, orcs, lions, tigers, bears, anything of that ilk. And you cook up on the road sausages. You have some road beer alongside that. The starscape is beautiful as the clear skies, the azure skies darken, and you can see the silvery light that inspired elven kind throughout the centuries. Meanwhile, back in Bree, a little bit mob-handed, and towards twilight, the dwarf Graw steps out. Arthaniel's stomach rumbles a little bit as he has this time been punctilious in his duties, watching the dwarf house. They meet up with a couple of the others and start to head through Bree, away from the pony, but towards the Thomas's house. What are you doing, Arthaniel?
So I would have had enough of Bree, I think, by now. I have tested the local apples. No disrespect, Gert, but I've tried the local apples, maybe a bit of a pastry, had a bit of a chat, and always get sort of shunned. I don't know why.
There's a very coldness to the shoulder in all of those dealings.
Yeah. So, but I pay no notice to that. I'm just doing my duty and with professionalism instilled by my superiors. I will make my way to follow them. I picked up these little bits and bobs and just sort of make myself. Sorry, I'll head out, so I'll probably have to hide. I will, as they leave, or if they leave indeed, then I will probably make an attempt to hide.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
Give me a stealth roll. Okay, the dice, I need to dust them off. 1 second. Hang on, stealth roll. Okay.
There's an honesty to being on the road that Gert enjoys, and the rest of you can appreciate as you kind of bed yourselves down.
Sorry,
A little bit warmer under the trees. There's no honesty to the dealings that have been undertaken in Bree at this moment in time.
That's probably true. I have to ask a very basic question, actually. Sadly, favorite skill with stealth. I'm mixing it with the first edition. So second edition,
favored, you roll the feat dice twice and take the best of the rolls.
That's it. I thought of that. Yes. So I've got 3 there. Let's have a look. This is a 9. Nothing special there, but I think it's a pass 5, 9, and 9. 18. Yes, my target number is 13, so it's 18 just to standard.
Okay, so you're hanging back. Nobody seems to be paying masses of attention to you. Before the group get to Thomas's house, they stop and they confront Thomas's father, who is, by the looks of things, on the way to top himself up at the pony. He's got a little bit of a swagger and a sway about himself, and in one dirty paw he has a half-drunk bottle of ale to your eyes, Arthaniel. Gror is not getting involved in this. Gror is dispatched at some point, kind of he hung back and waited a distance off, looking with beady, greedy little eyes. There's a gathering around of Thomas's father. Angry words are exchanged. Thomas's father pushes one of the Granger brothers.
Yeah. Any
The other
chance for
one.
me to sort of push myself through to just be a spectator, or do I break my cover in a sense that is it a lot of commotion happening and you can just
So it's a small group. It's a bit of shoving and pushing. There's 4 of the ruffians. There's 1 of
Yeah.
Thomas's dad. Gror is around watching, not present. There's nobody else around and about particularly, but you can imagine that there are eyes on from the other houses.
I'll stand back. Yeah, I'll stay where I am and see if I can eavesdrop a little bit on that.
Yeah, so there's some exchanges. Ah, let go of me! What are you doing? Ham, what's this about? Come on, let's get you back to your house. We've got to have some words. Oh, let go! And the group march him back to his house.
What's Gror doing?
He's waiting.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to do the same. I don't want to risk approaching the house so that he can
Okay.
perhaps see me or something. So yeah, just stay put.
10 minutes or so later, a couple of them flee. Come out of the house, running, not paying masses of attention. Dart up some of the paths that crisscross the back gardens. A little bit later, not more than 10 minutes or so later, one of the Granger brothers comes out, kind of like looks around and kind of like furtively heads across. There's a whispered conversation with Gror. Make a scan roll.
Scan roll.
And,
I can be aware of stuff. I'm very good aware.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work through the distinction between awareness and a scan. I think probably awareness is the better of the two.
I'm not going to argue with you, Paul. Let's go for that.
Yeah,
awareness.
Okay.
Boom. Yeah, that's good. 20. So it's a run of the mill standard success, but it's a good success.
Okay, so as kind of these two are talking with so Gror and one of the Granger brothers are talking, the other Granger brother comes out carrying essentially a body over his shoulder, and kind of like looks around, pushes it down, comes back, gets looked to be a cart from around the side, kind of loads it on, and kind of pushes it around the other side of the house off into the garden.
So that's a body you're talking about, right? So he has removed the body from the house, put it on a cart, and then put the cart.
Yeah, it's all very furtive, and they're trying to do it in the dark, and it's now moved it away from the main body, the main street.
Yeah, of course. Any movement on the body, any sort of signs of life or anything like that. If the person was hurt.
It's definitely. I was going to do the Monty Python sketch. No signs of life. It wasn't kicking and fussing, but it could be trussed up. It was like, it's very hard to see.
Okay.
It ain't dead.
Yeah. Any way I can recollect that could have been the father of Thomas. Just for his.
It's an adult. It's an adult-sized body. It's not one of the. There's some children in there. It's not one of the children.
All right. Okay. I'm staying on that.
Gror and the other Granger have had quite sharp words, and Gror is moving now down towards the back into town. The other Granger is heading off towards where his brother was.
Yeah. So I have to. I'll follow whoever's sort of last to leave the place because obviously they can't risk breaking.
So
the
you
top.
can follow Graw, or you can follow the Granger brothers.
I'll stick with Grower. This
Okay.
is just you're making my life difficult, Paul. Yes, no, I'll stay with Grower.
Okay. Graw purposefully heads down to town into the dwarf house. Light goes up to his room.
Yeah.
Comes out. Pack on his back. Cloak. Hood pulled low. Starts to trudge. Buy the pony for some road beer. And then out to the gate. Heading the opposite way. So heading down to the west gate.
And
The
sorry. Yeah. The map, the forged map that was saying is it was indicating that it's in South Downs, right?
Yeah.
The fake locations, and
Yeah.
that would you could take a west.
You could
road.
take, yeah. So you essentially, if you're leaving Bree, you're going via the east road. You either go to the west end of the east road or the east end of the east road. He's
Yeah,
going through the
yeah.
west end of the east road. The road sweeps down around the Prancing Pony and kind of out, and then kind of like meets at the crossroads of the Greenway, coming down a little bit further outside of Bree.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll stay on him now for now, and
There's a challenge from the Bree warden on the gate, where the kind of gate house is, and the hedge extends off into the darkness. Cold clink of cash being exchanged, and Graw is off on the road out of Bree.
heading west, right?
Heading west, yeah.
Okay. Well, I have to follow him, so I just make my way out as well.
So when you say make your way out, are you going through the gate?
That's the only way. Is there
So
any
you
way I
got
can
the gate at the
sneak out?
other end. There's a ranger gate which is up north towards the top end, where the hedge starts to meet the slope of the hill. That's your normal ingress and egress into Bree.
Yeah.
If you go through the gate, the gates are locked at night, and the Bree warden is on duty.
We'll stop. How long? How much time? A detour. How much time will the detour take me?
20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just be fast. I'm used to chasing sort of, I don't know, animals or bandits or whatever. So I'll just be very fast, especially.
Okay, you
so I'll go through the
employ-
ranger's gate.
You employ all your lynx hunting skills. Sprint for the gate. You're over and through the hedge in the way that the rangers know. Pick up the greenway and then steady lope, steady kind of range down through. And under the moon, the silver light, you pick out the shape of the dwarf, following the less well-trod path as it starts to move off towards the crossroads. He's moving now south along the greenway.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's good. So I'll just stay on him.
Okay. So how far are you following him? How far are you intending to kind of like keep away? Are you going for days, or are you kind of like going a little bit less than that?
Yeah. No, I can go more than that. I mean, I guess I'm trusting my skills enough that I'll be able to find him. He's not a common sight still.
He's in front of you
dwarf.
now. You can see him. Kind of. There's very little. There's no. He's not attempting to hide. There's no darting around in between trees or anything like that. He's on the road. It's just there,
Yeah.
lit by the silver moon. The stars above you.
Yeah. So I'll give it.
Trudge of a dwarf.
He can see me a little bit, far away in the distance.
You're doing what
Just
rangers
not-
do. You're keeping yourself low, no silhouette presented.
And I'm just. It just happens that I'm heading in the same direction. It's just a little bit
Okay.
behind.
So he's moving and he's continuing his march. This is a forced march for his perspective. His head down is moving fast and steady. through the night, through the early hours of the night, as then the gold and the oranges light up the morning. In both places, under the copse, it started to wake up. Thomas stretches out, goes and heads off to kind of get some firewood to put onto the fire. It's dew covered, so it smokes, but it was, he did it proactively. I mean, it's not all bad. A kettle is kind of like on, and your second day carries through. And you push past the Forsaken Inn. You suspect.
Paul,
Go on.
So I was just going to say, I can imagine that like during the night around the fire, I'll probably we probably not mentioned to Thomas about like tell him a story about like an orc that I fought once or something.
Oh, tell us the story.
I'll be like, sugar. I'll quote myself. I'd be like talking to Thomas. I'd be like, now on the road, sometimes you can come across orcs. You ever heard of an orc?
I have heard of an orc. Enemies, they swarm around, kill and ravage and destroy. Foul creatures.
They do that. They do, and they're also very sneaky. So it's best to stay close. Yes, it's best to always stay close to us.
He grabs the spear. I think you gave him. Did you give him a spear? Yeah, he grabs the spear. It's like, yes, I'll rent them. Attached to the haft of the spear is the handkerchief. He's taken it from his pocket and attached it to the spear.
But I'd say if you do see any orcs on the road, it's best to stay hidden, especially if there's more than one. And maybe once you're more trained with the spear, maybe I'd be more comfortable with you attacking one. But I'm sure Arthaniel can teach you how to use a spear, because I don't use spears, but I know he does.
That would be really good. Then I can pierce the orcs with Gudrun's gaze. It's what I call the spear.
Yes.
That's what I call the spear.
Yes. Oh, that's a great name. Yes.
Because it pierces hearts like Gudrun's gaze has pierced mine.
That's very sweet of you. I presume I'm saying this to like just the two of us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's no way he has mentioned that in front of Gudrun.
I'll be like,
in fact, it sounds like he's just trying it out. He's like saying it out loud to see if it's something he likes.
That sounds like a good name, but I wouldn't.
It's shit, isn't it?
Really? No. I don't know how Gudrun would feel, but
yeah, I guess
sure she'd appreciate it. But yes, so orcs.
No.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You never know.
What do you call your sword, Esteldor?
Oh, pause 1 second, because I'm sure I named it. Come on, computer, load up.
While you're doing that, Gert's, I just don't understand why they didn't just call it the Forsaken Inn. It would have been more clever.
Right.
In the meanwhile, Gudrun's eyes are fixed on the moon. That's because it's so that it was not silver, clean. It was like tainted, red tainted. And so she has a foreboding, and his heart trembled a bit. And it began to think if she may have made a mistake. And she began to feel guilty for Thomas' father and tried to begin to think what might happen to him if they make any harm to Thomas' father. she think to be responsible of it. So it's a bit anxious about to know something what happened, and she began to look at the road, hoping to see the ranger coming to bring news about what happened in Bree.
I draw my longsword out of its sheath and hold it in front of Thomas and go, this sword is my sword's called a Silverlight. It was passed down from my father and his father before. It's apparently slain many orcs. I say to him, I'll pass it to him to hold it.
He kind of like takes it reverently, but before he does, he places the spear as reverently across his lap. It's from all your forefathers.
Yes.
That's amazing. He kind of like holds it.
I have.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Oh, I take it back. I say yes. It's very sharp. I'll stand up and I'll do like a little twirl and like put it back into the sheath just to show off to him really. And I'll say to him, yeah, I hope to honour my ancestors with this blade.
I hope to honour my friends with this spear.
I'm sure you will. But we need to train you first. Definitely.
Yes. So he tries to twirl it around. I'll just go get it.
I'll shout after him like, do it in a more open space, not when there's trees right next to you.
Yeah. Note to self. And the road remains empty, Gudrun, and the moon suggests all kinds of possibilities that could have happened to Telus's father. So, we'll resolve that shadow check when the news comes. But anyway, you continue on to the next day. So, you are going to trigger.
No event.
Oh, sorry, we're about to trigger the event. Yes, that's right. Just now. So we are going to trigger the event after the second hex. Right. So we do this. I select a target. Let's see who's going to get targeted with this event. It is the Lookouts.
We don't have one.
We have no Lookouts.
That's me then, right? That's me.
Yeah, well, you're not with the group. So that's an auto fail. So we'll roll on the.
It's my fault. I got too distracted talking to Thomas.
Yeah, that's right. So we.
I think it's actually my fault because I probably just sort of said I'll be the lookout rather than I'll help scout.
I think that in case it's missing, the other people could take the role temporary.
Is that what happens?
Gert will accept this.
Yeah, okay.
If,
go for it. So it is a awareness roll.
An awareness roll. Oh,
yeah.
I'm good at that. One dice is good, right?
Look at this. This is happening within a while.
I think that's acceptable. Yes.
Because Gudrun is looking for the road for Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Maybe she could help you. So you spend a point of hope to give you a die.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. I did okay. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I did it. Barely. On the number. 17. My worst target number. The extra dice is what did it.
Okay.
So it was. So how did Gudrun, like, did she just, like, walk up and be like, no, usually you look over here.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
Wow. Shocking.
Right. Okay. So I need to determine what happens. Right. Okay. I've done this slightly out of sequence, but that's fine. 3 all choices.
I feel like I definitely should have failed that if Gudrun just kind of.
Come up to you and flick your ear or something. I don't know. It's a...
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Put the beer down.
Because you are stuck asleep.
Yes. So you're taking a little bit of a break in the afternoon. There's beads of sweat on everybody who's not Gudrun as she dismounts and takes care of her horse. Barnak places his pack down, kind of pulls out the map and kind of like rests it there as he's kind of like looking. He goes off to perform some ablutions. And caw! Caw! A big black crow that's been following you for the last mile or two alights onto an oak branch. Caw! Flutters down. Hop, hop, hop. Thomas pulls out a little bit of the crust of the bread, chucks it to the crow. Picks it up, hops a couple more places. This is a substantial sized crow, much larger than the creatures that you're necessarily. Stretches its wings out. It's got talons that dig into the grass a little. Its eyes focus on the pack, and it makes its way to it. Makes a grab for the map, but Gert kind of like snoozing a little bit. Gudrun shouts, "Gert!" Gert springs up, sees this crow kind of with the beak, smacks it with a tankard of road beer. Caw, caw, caw! The map falls to the ground. The crow lights back off. Caw, caw, looks at you evilly.
Okay. Tell me if this would do anything. So Barnak, one of his distinctive features is shadow lore.
Oh.
So with that, would Barnak have some sort of a suspicion that this crow is maybe a bit more malevolent than just
very
a
much so.
shitty crow?
Very much so. This is a black as the night, talons sharpened by hatred of the living, desires to tear flesh from living corpses as much as from carrion. This is not a pleasant creature by any measure. This is the kind of creature that would take the ravens of the Tower of Erebor and fight to the death. So you suspect possibly just not your average cow.
Fellows, I suspect this is a ill portent.
Go away! Awful beast!
It does not go away
Crow.
until the darkness falls and the moon is definitely a deeper shade of red. Gudrun sees as the crow rises, silhouetted. Is that blood dripping from the moon into the sky?
Is it red moon at night traveler's delight. Is that how the saying goes?
No, it's usually red sky at night, shepherd's delight,
Oh,
not moon.
She'll run down Gudrun's spine, saying like this, and she had a awful foreboding.
Do you know, Gudrun, Thomas says, with a bit of distance, I think I might be able to make up with my dad.
you are an awful person, Paul.
And I think we'll call the session there.
Oh no!
This one would be the baddies moment.
So, Arthaniel is trailing the dwarf. Gudrun is cold for a moment. And evil portents are in the air. So, yep, okay, we'll finish there. Thank you very much, everybody. Excellent session.
Well, thank you.
Excellent session.
That was great.
Great, really great.
Really good, really good.
Master.
Yeah.
And reenacting and playing the characters, must.
The two, and also just pulling that. Yeah, and just pulling that thread of like, you know, oh, that dumbass Grower, look how we fooled him. And then pulling that back into, but oh, at what cost?
Yeah.
There we are sitting at our campfire.
And yeah, Gert saying the good news is that there's no murderers in Bree.
Absolutely.
So, Paul, is it at all possible? I mean, outside the game, how far behind is Arthaniel?
Okay, so you'll be travelling alone, and you're a capable and competent ranger. So you'll be, depends when you want to leave Gore. So Gore's going to be hitting off into the wilderness to cut across the South Downs. Your quickest route would be back up the road. So if you cut across country, you've got a problem. If you decide to hit back through the road, then you'll be able to catch up with them. You think you'll probably be moving a couple of times their speed, and you could force march yourself.
Yeah, I'll probably, that's outside of the game, I know now, but I'll probably do that because I'm a bit sort of anxious to get back.
Well, absolutely.
We are going slow because we are waiting him.
So
I've got the
Alessandro?
sausages and the supplies and apples and everything.
Yeah,
I'm saying that we are keeping the pace slow because we are waiting for him.
Yeah. And it's lucky that no rangers fled Bree as there was a murder in the night.
Yeah.
Not that
What
anyone
could be?
can see.
I mean, when you were watching it, Matt, and take the body out, part of my brain was like, if this happened in the D&D that I'm in, and my character's quite like nosy, I suppose. But I probably would have gone and checked on the guy. But then I also thought, well, if people are watching, they will definitely know the ranger there. So yeah, I think best to leave in the car.
It's in like one of those like horrible murder mysteries where the random person just walks in and picks up the knife and goes, oh.
yeah. If this was a D&D game, that house would have been burned down by the player characters because there's no way that doesn't happen.
No question.
Those poor children and orphans.
Yeah, that's right. Well, anyway, thank you very much, guys. I really enjoyed that. I hope you guys did too. I'm glad that Barnak got a bit more screen time with that as well. It was good. Some tough work. And that's about it. So 18th of March. 18th of March is when we play again. My work's been quite busy, so I'm a little bit behind on the edits, but I'll try and get the end of the last session out and then the 2 episodes of this out as well. but it's just been a bit manic. But other than that, good stuff. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you soon.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
Cheers, guys.
Always fun.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.